Hi guys, how are you guys doing? It's your girl Owamie, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. If this is your first time, you're most definitely welcome. Please make sure that you subscribe and obviously hit the bell so that you don't miss anything on this channel, child. Now today, you guys, I actually have a story time, and I posted like a screenshot on Instagram, which obviously it's at boldly_Owamie. Please make sure that you follow me there as well. And I asked ninjas, like, do you guys want a story time? And ninjas were like, duh, yes. Like, I was like, you guys are so funny in the DMs, the same way you are in the comment section. And I also just want to say thank you guys so much for 5,000 subscribers. We're growing really fast. I do see us hitting 10,000 so soon, and I'm just like, so yeah, my ninjas, today I'm going to tell you guys a story time of something that happened. Yes, it includes indoors. That's okay, in lazy indoors. And so what I'm not going to do, you guys, is give you guys the exact day this happened. Let's not get me into trouble. Let's not get me into trouble for this story times. So I'm not going to tell you like when. I'm gonna just tell you like this happened. I'm not gonna tell you exactly like the month, the time, and whatever, right? So it's the time that I was still on Tinder. Well, let me not say still, because I'm still there on Tinder. I'm just not active at this moment. But I'm there. I don't want to delete my account just because, like, if you delete and decide to re-download, you still have to say no to all those people that you said no to before. I've deleted before, and I have had to deal with it, like having to deal with these people that you've already like spoken to. So I'm just like, so I don't want to do that. So I just keep it there, you guys. But I'm not currently using it really. So basically, my ninjas, what had happened was I matched with this guy, right? After I matched with this guy, you know, we went DM. Obviously, like, he was talking to me. He's like, yeah, how are you? I'm fine. How are you? I'm fine. Now the thing with the guy was that, you guys, he was like, hey, do you want to come by my place and chill, like, from the get-go? Now the biggest advice I'll give you: don't go chill in any guy's house, especially a stranger. Do not, shbubu, okay? And so I was like, oh my gosh, don't tell me you're one of those guys that don't believe in taking a lady out on a proper date. You look like a gentleman. That's what I said to him. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry, you know, I'm gonna like plan a proper date for us tomorrow. Like, he's talking about the following day. I was like, oh, okay, you know. So we start chatting. Basically, he's like, hey, can I please just have your numbers? I want to just call you because of, you know, I hate chatting. I was like, okay, that's fine. So my ninjas have advised me, though, like, girl, don't give these people your private numbers. Like, have a different SIM card that you actually give this guy, so that, you know, that's where you can communicate with, or something like that. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. They can't be able to track you and stuff, you know, with a number that is not really registered. So that's basically what I did, you guys. And of course, you know, I have many phones, and so I just made sure that I took one, and that's what I did. Those were the numbers that I gave this guy. Now those numbers, you guys, are obviously not papered, because I just used them like for the Tinder and stuff. And so basically what happened was that, like, my guy called. When he called me, he was insisting on like a video call, and I was just not comfortable. I was like tired, child. Okay, the previous night I had gone out, and I was like super tired the following day. So basically, you know, I was like, no, I'll video call you like after the conversation. For now, like, my room is dark, you are not gonna see me, I don't want to switch on the lights, I'm having a headache, blah blah blah. And he was like, okay. So we are talking, you guys. As we're talking with this guy, he tells me that, oh, he has a child. He tells me that he's from Namibia. Yeah, he says that he's from Namibia. You know, he basically just gives me his backstory and stuff, and then he says that he has a child, but his baby mama is married. The child and the baby mama in you know, in Namibia. I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, oh, how many kids do you have? You know, he's like, at this point, if you don't have more than 3 kids, I'd be very impressed. Like, that's what he said. I was like, no, I don't have kids yet. He's like, no, you don't need to lie. I'm like, no, I'm not lying. Like, you know. So basically with this guy, you guys, the aura that I basically got was that it was kind of like still under the impression that like any single woman like just wants a guy to marry them, or they want kids, you know, and stuff. And it was very weird for me a little bit, but I was like, you know, this is how people are. So as we're talking, he says that, oh, you know, last night I went out, I was at this place. Now I'm also like, oh, that's weird, because I was also there, you know, like he was at the place that I was at the same time, but obviously we don't know each other. I don't know if he saw me, I don't know him. And then after that, you guys, it was like, yeah, you know, I left like very late and stuff. I was there like drinking with my friends, we bought 2 bottles and blah blah blah, whatever. Okay, sharp, you know. I was like, no, I actually had to leave early because I didn't want to drink too much because I was driving. So I had actually gone out you know, with just a friend, and you know, obviously I didn't want to drink too much because I was driving my baby, right? Anyway, I don't drink too much, guys. I'm not someone that drinks too much, but I was like, no, you know, so I want to go home. So I only had like 2 bottles, and not bottles, like dumpies. And then after that, like I left. So I said that because I was driving. He was like, oh, you have a car? I was like, yeah, I have a car. But the way that he was so excited about that, like me saying I have a car, it honestly like started to make me be like, something is definitely not right here. So okay, fine, you know, he continues talking. After he continues talking, he then tells me that, you know, the thing that attracted me to your profile on Tinder was the fact that on bio you said that you do not pay. So on Tinder, I think I did this a long time ago, you guys. I was just so pissed because of these guys are so lazy. Like a lot of guys these days are so lazy, you guys. Even the successful ones that just munching off of ladies. You know, it's not everyone obviously, but it's a lot of them, and that style of stealing from women is on the rise, which is why we need to talk about it very much. So basically, you guys, this guy had said, you know, when he heard me saying that I have a car, like, he was super excited. And then, like, as I said, like, it piqued my interest, like just, he didn't even know which car or what type of a car, just the car, and he was super excited about it. I was like, something is definitely not right here. There's a lot going on here. Like, I could feel it. So basically he says that, you guys, the thing that attracted him to my Tinder was the bio. My bio, you guys, I wrote to say that I don't pay and I don't give men money. I think it's something like that. So he was like, yeah, when I saw that I laughed. I was like, oh yeah, you know, most guys these days are scammers, especially on Tinder, blah blah blah. I was like, you know, the Tinder swindler. So I just want to make sure that from the get-go a nigga knows that he ain't getting a cent from me. Okay, I am not the one, and I'm not playing that game. So basically, okay, fine, you know, he laughs at that, and then okay, that is fine. We continue talking, you guys. As we're talking, I'm like, no man, that whole issue of him being so excited about me having a car, like, it was still on my mind. So he starts saying, hey, do you want us to go out? Like, he's like, let's go out for a drink. And I'm thinking about it, like, the previous night I had gone out. That night I could still go out, obviously, but then I had a headache. I really did have a headache. So now I'm gauging, like, is my headache worth this, or should I go and get some free booze, and then obviously I'm gonna come back home. And then, so, you know, at first I was like, oh, I really have a headache. He was like, no, you know, we can just go out and just have a drink and everything is gonna be fine. And then now I was at the verge of saying yes. I was almost saying yes, because I'm thinking, okay girl, you need to put yourself together, you need to obviously have that shmake, because, you know, put your best foot forward. So this guy is like, yeah, so are you coming? I'm like, it's like, are you fetching me? Please come fetch me. Now I'm sitting there like, did I just hear you right? Like, you don't know an Uber, and other than that, like, my brother, let's get into this situation. Why don't you have a car? So I asked him, I was like, you don't have a car? It's like, no, I don't have a car. I'm like, okay, what happened? I said, why? Honestly, I asked. I was like, oh, I bought a car and it got spoiled, this, and so I had to sell it. It was a 2014 Range Rover. That's what he said. It was like, I also have a car in Namibia. The car, this started the story. Honestly, I blinked out. I do not care if people are going to judge me. A guy that has no car, I'm never ever touching. Like, I'm so sorry. Because whose car should be used? Mine. Okay. Like, that's just me, and I know that this will be taken in one way or another. I'm not saying you guys should not date or go out with guys that don't have cars. I'm saying Owamie is not going to do it. So like, honestly, the moment he was like, no, I don't have a car, it was like, full stop. Like, I know this is done. And then he explained everything, and I do sympathize with him, obviously going through whatever it is that he's going through, but it's just it's a situation that I'm not going to go in. So when he says, oh, so are you coming? I was like, oh, I actually really have a headache, I can't come, this. He was like, oh, okay, no, whatever. I was like, and then after that, you guys, he was like, oh, the video call. He was insisting on the video call. So basically, he wanted to see me without makeup, because on Tinder, I only have pictures of me with makeup. I was like, okay, that's fine. I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem, you guys, with me, like, without makeup. You guys know anyway, because I do film videos without makeup. But then I really didn't want to switch on the light, so I was like, I'll call you back, which I didn't. He sent me a WhatsApp message. He was like, oh, can you please call me? I called him on the video call, and I was in my bedroom, like, I was in bed. I just saw him. I was like, okay, this is me. I know you just wanted to see me without makeup. And he was like, okay, no, that's fine, blah blah blah. He was like, oh, we're gonna talk. I was like, no problem, sharp. So in the morning, I receive a message in that number, honey. So the numbers, you guys, like, they are +229 5672, and then they continue. Now, of course, I know the bargain, the Popeye Act, you can't like reveal someone's details, even though they're a scammer child. Like, these people are trying so hard into protecting, but yeah. So basically, it says +229 5672. I don't know the +229 which code it is or whatever, but I receive a hello dear. I say hey. This is 9 a.m. in the morning, and you guys can actually see that. Now I say hey. He says, how are you? I say good. Who is this? It says, thank you for your understanding. My name is Richard Elijah. I am from Romania, but I was born and raised here in England, UK. I am a businessman and single for now, with a daughter. And yours? I was like, how did you get my numbers? It's like, I did a mistake on your country code while trying to add my worker on WhatsApp, but I would like to know you more. I said, okay, what's up? So at this point, you guys, I already know this is a scammer. And then I'm already suspecting even, like, oh, these people think I'm so dumb. But, now I'm contemplating, like, do I show this person that the jig is off, like I know, or do I then just go ahead and, play along so that, like, it will be more interesting, like, for the video? But then, you guys, like, I was like, okay, what's up? He says, I'm cool. Are you married or single? I say single. Now, you guys can see, like, I'm just giving one word because I was just not for the vibes. I was like, wow, me too. How many kids do you have? I said 0, lol. He said, ask question marks. I was like, look, I know scammers and I get bored fast. If it's really you, send me money to prove you're not a scammer. If you can't send me the money, delete my numbers. This potential meet with me, let daughter say Romania. Pele. I immediately got blocked because the profile picture immediately disappeared. And on the profile picture, it was a I would say a Romanian man. It looks Romanian, and a daughter. So I guess that's the daughter that was there. So obviously, when I was talking about the money, it's because I know for a fact that the only thing these scammers want is actually money. And this is another way, I guess, that they're going to try and scam people. So the thing that I'm suspecting, obviously it's just the suspicion, is that the guy that I was talking to last night is basically a scammer. And so what he does is that obviously he will get your numbers from Tinder, and then when he has your numbers, he's going to play both sides. So he's going to be the guy that is here, and you're going to also have a guy that you're online with, that is in Romania, that you're talking to, and this and this and this, right? So he gets information about you, and then he gets because he's the same guy that is in Romania or whatever. That guy now gets privileged information about you so that he will be able to play tricks on you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because if I didn't know about how this guy scam, okay, and I was someone that was just clueless, I would have easily fallen for this. And the time that I actually made the videos of my Congolese scammer, there was a lot of ninjas that actually came to tell me stories like this, where it was the wrong number, someone accidentally jumped into your DMs, and these ones, they don't actually like ask you for money. So what they do is that, they're gonna send you a gift, right? They're gonna send you a gift. After sending you a gift, you have to pay maybe 3,000 or 4,000 for costumes and whatever, but the goods that are there are worth like 150,000 rands. So you're like, oh, I'm gonna get an iPhone 13 Pro Max, I'm gonna get jewelry, this and this, because they send you pictures of the stuff that they're sending, and then they're going to take your money. I know about maybe 3 ninjas, if I'm not too mistaken, that came to my DMs with this type of scam, where they actually they sweet talk them and everything. They seem to be in a relationship. It can go for 3 weeks, and then now the man is like, oh, I really want to send you a gift, and of course you're gonna be excited, but then when you go there, it's like, these people also do work with people that are there in the airport, or there are also people that just fake working there, but they do not do this whole thing by themselves. They execute it together. Men are ganging up against us to rob us. So as women, we need to stop fighting each other like cats and dogs, and also stand together and gang up against them, okay? And how do we do that? By educating each other and actually making videos, making posts, not being embarrassed if someone scammed you. You didn't know, it's not your fault. Help the next person. Don't just sit with information. That part irks me. So obviously when I saw that, you guys, I was like, oh, that's definitely one of them. And think about it. If it was a matter of this guy just accidentally fell into my numbers, you mean to tell me that even with the wrong code, those numbers, the numbers that this person sent the message, there are more than 10. South African phone numbers are 10 digits, and it's somehow a miracle that some stranger jumps into my DMs then the following day after I had spoken to this guy from Tinder. So I want you guys to be very careful of that. This is one of those scams that they are doing. Some guys will even lie and say, oh, I'm in Cape Town, or I'm in Durban, whatever, but they've seen that, most of us are gonna be like, oh my gosh, a guy that is not even here in South Africa, blah, 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 and then they're gonna play the Prince Charming, whatever. And the other thing again that you need to know is that someone can actually use these numbers for WhatsApp whilst they're in South Africa. Because remember, all that it needs, WhatsApp is not like a cell phone. I feel like I'm so dumb right now. Not that WhatsApp is not like a phone. I mean, WhatsApp is not the same as like SMS and phone calls. Someone in America can have the numbers of WhatsApp, and that WhatsApp can still work when they're in South Africa, right? So what they do, as I'm saying, they do not work alone. These people communicate, their syndicates, okay, of different tribes and people. It's unfortunate that even in South Africa, we might get South African syndicates against us, robbing us, because these guys, the way that they're wilding out these days, it's crazy. So someone can actually have those numbers that side and use them for WhatsApp, and of course it's verified, and then the person in South Africa uses those numbers as if they are somewhere, but they're actually here in South Africa. So you need to be very careful of that, you guys. That's the story time. After I told Mugai, bring me the money to block, he completely got there. And guess what is the irony? The guy that said he was going to call me and take me on the date the following day, on that day, that I received the messages, and I obviously in the morning was like, give me money. Mugai never contacted me ever again, even to today. So I guess that he was like, oh, this one is not the one. No, nigga, I am not the one. Okay, so why am I telling this story time? So that you guys can be careful. Guys, it's very difficult. It will take the heavens and the hell, child, ancestors, the demons and the angels, for someone to just mistakenly, mysteriously fall into your DMs, especially when the person is not even in South Africa. Think about it. It does not make a lot of sense. So you need to be very careful of things like that, and don't be too desperate, you guys, for a relationship or to be with someone. Do not. Desperation is the one that sometimes, you know, it's going to make you not think proper. And sometimes maybe you're just like, you know, just be careful. No matter what you do, do not give a man money. Ungayiniki indoda imali nisongopa munna chelete. Ungayiniki imunyu. Oh God, Tsonga is uskafa banina chelete. I'm trying all these languages so that y'all can understand me in all languages. Do not, okay? No matter what, if you don't give them money, they won't rob you. So yeah, basically that is it. That's the story time, you guys, and how I lost a potential Romanian man. Maybe I would have been moving to Romania and living in this freaking South Africa, or I would have been robbed from Tuhantuta. So you never know. But anyway, just go ahead and comment down below more stories of scamming and everything, so that we can all be alerted, okay? Please go ahead and comment down below your stories. Tomorrow I'm actually going to give you guys a vlog, so I hope that you guys will enjoy that. I love you, ninjas. Do not forget to thumbs up this video and share. Stay blessed, and I'll see you guys in my next upload. Bye.